Yeah. And so now what about the division of your time? I assume that some of this is a matter of common sense, but what's common sense for one person could be like complete mind-blowing wisdom for somebody else. So what about when it comes to, the division of that content, creating and producing novel stuff for a different platform? Like that's like Lance is absolutely nailing that, right? Like the things that you're doing can only be done in a pre-recorded sort of context. And the amount of time that you put into that, is that, I mean, obviously in the moment it's feeling worth it. Is that something that you plan on pushing moving forward? Are you looking at like switching it up? And how much value do you think there is in spending that amount of time in producing novel content for another platform?
I mean, for I mean, we talked about it a little bit before. Like my time, I only have like a certain amount of time that I can be here and like actually use my like internet, I guess. You know what I mean? And so, and I actually posted today. I didn't even stream today because I did a video today instead. And like, it's because
Hmm.
I'm the world's worst at like time management. I just am. But like, I recognize that. And like, my thing is, I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like putting more time into a video than I would like my stream, and that's just kind of like a day by day call, I think, for me at least. It's like, what am I gonna do and be able to like, I guess, be my best at, if you want to throw like a weird like motivational thing in there. Like it's if
Sure.
I'm really not in like a writing mood or anything like that, then I will just stream that day and just like ignore the other content. Like, but I'm not super structured either. And I
Because
know
you
that
you
goes
have to
against
script
like a
this
lot of
out,
other
right?
stuff. Some of it's scripted, some of it's improv is usually what it is. Like some days it'll take me like 30 minutes to record a video because it's really like on point, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that works. That's really good. And then other days it'll take me like 3, 4 hours because I'll sit down and edit it and then realize like I left out a big portion of it or something like that. And I have to like, get back up and
Yeah.
like put like a costume back on or something and then like go back and so it just depends. I do think time management's very important. I'm the worst person about it though. I just really, really, really push like do what I'm gonna be good at that day. Because if I put out a crap video, all it takes is like one or two, and then people are just gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm over this," and then they just kind of like move on after that.
That is
Right.
always the fear, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
obviously, like you found something that people are really gravitating towards, and it's clearly something you enjoy doing because you've been making a lot of videos since. So now this is clearly something that's important for your brand, your identity. How much time now, compared to when you first did it, are you trying to schedule it into like, oh, I would like to do a Twitter video every X days?
yeah, so right now I usually do like 2 to 3, like a week, something like that. Sometimes it's just two, sometimes it's three, and that's again that goes back to like understanding kind of how Twitter like promotes things and stuff like that, and like when the fall off period is for like actually
Right.
promoting like videos and stuff, and so that's where that falls in. It's like that's just more important for like my consistency and like my consistent like growth, I guess. Um, but that's just kind of what I set aside is like 2 to 3 a week, and depending on what days I feel like doing them, then I'll do them those days. That's just kind of like again, I'm not a super structured person, but that's what I try to strive for is like 2 to 3. But I don't put a lot of pressure on myself because then I start hating it.
Mm-hmm.
So
So has that cut into your stream time at all?
yes, yes, it has. It's cut into it, but it's weird because again, my streams have been better because of the growth on the other platform.
Yeah,
Like
right.
everything's gone up, views, subs, everything has gone up.
I
So
think
it's
that
like it's a
it's so
fair trade off
interesting.
for me.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So I don't
mean, you
know.
never know when that's going to actualize, right? It's like
Mhm.
because you could be sitting there producing content on a platform. We've seen this with like just a bunch of our friends and a bunch of the streamers who blown up. You could be sitting there producing content. It's really good freaking content, but it's not gathering the steam that it eventually does. But there's some trigger point, and you get you've been doing all the good work like the entire time. It's been worth a lot. It just hasn't been paying off immediately, but then you get that big elevation, and now you're ready to capitalize on that. Like you've got a system, you got a sort of formula, you feel comfortable doing it, you're confident, and then you're able to work with that. I think about like there's so I mean like how many platforms out there are there, and like types of content. You got podcasting, live streaming on any of the platforms, podcasting in a variety of places, pre-recorded YouTube content or anywhere else, and then stuff like obviously Twitter and Instagram,
Yeah.
and Snapchat. Is that what kids do? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, so I would say like you have like photos, right? Like Instagram and Twitter for photos. And then you also have Instagram stories and Snapchat for like live vlog photos.
See, I don't know.
It's like a mesh of like, and then yeah, you have things like TikTok and that's also I guess I would lump that into where it's like little shorts
Yeah.
of and like videos and pictures combined. Media, I guess. I mean, it's all media, right?
Yeah.
It's all yeah.